Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Markets and Waves video. Today is the 9th of June, time passes, and it's Wednesday, middle of the week. We're going to have, as always, of course, an interesting session since we've seen some quite surprising moves yesterday as well in the markets. And we're going to look at the DXY. Actually, no, we're not going to look at the DXY. We're going to look at the euro dollar. We looked at the DXY yesterday. We're going to look at the dollar yen, Aussie against the dollar, US oil again, and LUFTHANSA. I'm going to be starting with the euro dollar, obviously, because that's the main asset here that we need to really focus on, right? We've been talking about this being a correction down here and having ended, right? We've also looked at the possibility of this continuing lower down for, would be like a W, X, and Y. For that to happen, we need to, as the alternative, we need to get the A is done. We need to get another wave down for wave B to finish over here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave C. And from there, we're going to look for another ABC, where it's going to take us down to 78.6 or so Fibonacci retest, maybe even lower, as we've had a leading diagonal over here, and leading diagonals usually are retraced quite a bit. That is, of course, the alternative scenario, guys, because for the main scenario, you can see my labeling here. This is wave 1, this is wave 2, and we're going to get 3, 4, and 5. I want to get back in within this channel, guys. Okay, if we don't get back within this channel, then of course the alternative scenario chances are going to increase. What else is going to increase the alternative scenario chances? That should we get an A, B, and an NSC, that is going to take us like to 122.25 and then stop over here and start moving lower. Should we get impulsive move over here, that most likely that's going to be the first leg of wave A of wave Y. Okay, because we're going to get A, B, C, which is going to be in Y over here. Now the question is, are we going to move lower from here? To me, this consolidation, guys, and since we're in wave 2 supposedly, right, reminds the 1 and 2, and it looks like a multi-structural wave to the downside is going to start for 3, 4, and 5. We're going to get 3, then 4, and 5. So that's the A, that's the B, and we're going to get the C. Now, since this is a C, what else could happen? Okay, because this is the A and the B, could be a case that this is 1 and 2. We're going to get 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to have an ending diagonal. Okay, but if we look at it, hold on, from the bullish perspective, from a bullish perspective, let's take this 2 off, 38, 50, 61.8. You can understand that we haven't, we did a 38.2, which is okay, but I think the next leg is going to get us down to 121.39. From there, if we move up and we cross above the previous one, then most likely the main is going to come through. If not, it would be a case, guys, that we're going to correct lower, okay? Which means the chances of this becoming W, X, and Y are going to increase. But don't forget, this is A. We'll still wait for the B and then the C. Either way, in the short term, I see more downside. Now, if we break below that low, 121.41, which is wave 4 here, we are going to get the chances of these moving lower, even deeper lower down, increasing. Why? Because if we take the Fibonacci of that leg to the downside, we just did the 61.8, guys. Okay, so we might just start moving lower down and get even close to the previous low, depending, of course, on what sort of signals we're going to see on the RSI and the MACD. So before we go on the next pair, let's have a quick look. What do we see on the RSI and MACD? We see pretty much nothing. Maybe there is a slight, very short term. On the RSI, I wouldn't say anything, but on the MACD, at least I can see a hidden bearish divergence. Okay, that might be our wave B over here. Okay, A, B for an ABC, and then we're going to get the C and then either move lower or you know, in case we break above that level, then most likely it's going to be the 3, the 4, and the 5. Okay, I think that's a lot for the euro dollar. Let's go now on dollar against yen. We moved exactly as we expected. This is our wave 1. We finally did, I believe, this dip correction in wave X of 4. And this is ABC, right? We've got W, X, and Y, and that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually, that should be up here, sorry. That will be wave A, then we're going to get B, and then we're going to get C, because we expect an ABC in wave Y of 4, right? Since we are looking at the W, X, and Y here, which is likely to be a double zigzag rather than double 3, because, you know, ABC is a zigzag, and we're going to get C as a zigzag as well. Actually, let me just correct that now. Hold on. Now, moving to the downside, guys, obviously we need to break the previous low first. Okay, and the previous low currently stands at 109.15. Okay, this move looks impulsive, which is reassuring somewhat that the bearish leg is going to continue, and this is just wave 2. For the current market, we assume wave 2 is done, and we're going to continue down in wave 3. Should we break higher, of course, then most likely it's going to be a case where this is A, B, and C, or it might be W, X, and Y. We are going to be looking for a deeper correction in wave 2, and the levels to look at obviously are going to be the usual suspects. 38, 15, 61.8, 106 over to 109.90 or so. We could get lower, okay? I mean lower in terms of retracement. We can get higher up, i.e. deeper correction, but 109.87 I think would be my level. Do we get anything on the RSI and the MACD? Well, we get a bearish signal on both MACD and the RSI, okay, which has already played out. Now, we'll probably, if we don't see any signals opposite to this, then this is going to be a continuation to the downside. That's the signal you get there, because when the RSI and MACD don't show anything, is a continuation. Guys, I'm sorry. We need to look at the alternative. The alternative is that we finish down here, don't forget. And this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for wave 1. This is like wave 2. And now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1. Then we're going to get a 2, a 3, 4, and 5 for 3. Then the 4 and the 5. And continues all the way up, okay? That's that for this one. Now on Aussie against dollar, I've just looked at a potential change over here due to the structure over here that has developed since the last time we looked at the Aussie against the dollar. We're expecting 1 and 2, and I was expecting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. However, with that being done now, corrective obviously, well, it looks like to me a clear ABC, a triangle in wave B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for running flat. 0.7783, that will make a nice level for wave 2. Obviously, we don't know, even if that's the case, but this is my main scenario, guys. I'm expecting another leg up, okay? Do finish the running flat and then continue lower down. I doubt we're gonna get an expanding flat. Is because the expanding flag in this scenario, hold on, minus, let's do it this way, 618. I doubt that can be the case, obviously, because that would move above wave 1, should we be the 61.8. So because it's nearly impossible to get there to the 61.8, I think there's less chances of getting the expanding flat. Also because the previous high over here, right, it's just the beginning of wave 1, so we want to keep that as impulsive as possible. So I think a running flat variation is more likely rather than anything else. With that said though, if we move above the previous high at 78.14, okay, this is of course going to turn into expanding flat, and we can end anywhere, literally anywhere, just as long as it is below 0.7891. It can still be valid. Hold on, there we go. Now it could be also a case, guys, that we finished here, okay, and this is wave 1. We're going to get 2, 3, 4, and 5, because we can read that as a 5-wave move to the upside, which is what wave C needs to be in a flat scenario. ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, should we move low? Of course, the first target with the previous low, but between that, we need to the 76.22 to break first, and then we're going to look at the 76.41, guys. Okay, this is for the Aussie. Do we get anything on the RSI MACD? A very tiny signal here on the RSI, and I will say that it's already probably weighed into the markets, and then we've got a hidden bearish divergence on the MACD, okay, which is a very good signal to keep an eye on, and that might pretty much somehow, you know, we reiterate the last scenario that this can be a 5 already done, okay, which means we could continue lower down. That is the only signal that actually makes me think that this could be a very good scenario coming through shortly. Now on oil, before we look at this, we were looking at this being 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, guys, over here, right? Or 3, 4, and 5 with an ending diagonal, and I was expecting a correction down in wave 2. Well, that was wrong. We actually got this, both of those signals on the other side of the MACD being invalidated, and what seems to be happening as we speak is that this is getting a bit of an extension, which made me think now that the label makes more sense if we have it as a 1 and 2, as a 3 or 4, and that's the last wave 5, guys. Okay, that is for wave 1, and then we're gonna get 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, obviously, we will have to take this off and wait for, we can actually use 4 as well over here and do the 0.382 for a potential move to the upside for a target. Okay, this is one way to measure the expected target, so 71.63. Another way to measure that would be to measure wave 4, okay, and go and place that on top, which comes exactly at 71.63 again. Okay, and the other thing would be to measure wave 1 and assume that this is going to be the same for wave 5. But guys, I don't think that's going to happen because our wave 3 is smaller than wave 1, it looks like, at least over here, right? So if wave 3 is smaller than wave 1, we really have to have wave 5 smaller than wave 3. Which means it's a better idea to take wave 3 here and put it over here from 4 onwards and assume that the maximum that we could get has to be below 73. Now, do not forget, okay, that as long as we remain below 72.13, which is the 38-point Fibonacci extension for wave B, that could still turn out to be wave B up here, guys. So should we get a rejection, excuse me, at 72.13, which is very close to where I expect wave 1 to end as well, then that's going to be the tricky part. We're either going to get an ABC and a continuation up, or we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for a running or an expanding flat variation. If it's expanding flat, we're going to see a big downside. If it's a running flat, it will be something similar to this leg. Okay, so actually, to be more precise, since we are here 23.6, so we're going to look at the running flat. We could go back to the around 60 level or so. Okay, if that is a running flat. Now, RSI MACD. We still get those two signals, and now hold on, no, now what is going on is that we're moving up, and obviously these are getting invalidated. However, we are still getting that signal on the MACD and on the RSI, guys, even with that high. Okay, that means that most likely this is going to be ending shortly. Okay, this last wave. Don't forget that should that be a B, that means A here. This is W, X, Y, X, and Z. Okay. And you know, it would be you know, what we could see, obviously, because this is going to be a Z, then most likely an ABC would work much better, which means that would be an AB, and then we will get a C. That means that 1 is going to be here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It could actually turn into a diagonal, to be fair, as an ABC, because A would be here, B would be here. That is the alternative scenario, right? And then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then diagonal. So we expect corrections and corrections. So I'm not sure there is anything else to add apart from something else as well, guys. If, and we talked about this, if we look at the primary degree move, right, that could be a case where this is not one yet. Okay, and like we look at the previous waves and we're looking at 1, 2, that's the 3, and that's the 4. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 could be the end of 5. Yeah, which means wave 1 is going to start over here. Then we're going to get a much deeper correction in wave 2. But in either case, guys, look at this channel. I'm only going to start really becoming bearish should we break below that line. As you can see, for now, we are struggling to get past the median regression line of the prices of oil. Perhaps we'll get a fresh break here, as long as we remain above, or, well, if we break below, we remain bearish. If we move above, it might be just a false break for wave 1, and then we're going to get a correction. The moment we turn back below that line, then we're looking a bit more bearish, right? Makes sense. And finally, guys, Lufthansa. We haven't looked at it for a few weeks. We were looking at the multi-structure move to the upside, and still the same case applies. Wave 1, wave 2, 1 leading diagonal, ABC, that's a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get the 3, the 4, and the 5. So we expect the medium term and the long term to be quite good, right? Now, do we get any signals on the RSI and the MACD? We don't really get anything on the RSI and the MACD. We'll just get this. We'll get some good volumes here at the support, which is a good indication that it's going to be some more upside. However, guys, this could be simply an ABC, and then that could be another ABC, and then we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who knows? Or we can get, well, another ABC. That's going to be a W, X, and Y, zigzag, triple, zigzag, like a simple, or you know, it could be a complex one. And if we look at how much this corrected, you know, we need to really pay attention to, okay, we didn't get up to the 90, but in case this, because that can be ABC, yeah, that can be ABC. If you go up to 90% of wave 1 for wave B, then this is going to be a valid, at least we can expect a valid flat pattern, guys, okay? But as long as we remain, you know, this wave, okay, if we break higher, obviously it's going to be the 3, the 4, and the 5. But if we come up to 90, then start correcting lower, you know, see where wave 1 ends. If you see where wave 1 ends, we'll be able to understand where 3, 4, and 5 is going to go, i.e., are we going to get expanding or running flat variation, okay? And the other one, ABC, ABC might have finished over here already, and then we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, well, ABC, that's going to be our Y, and from there, we're going to start moving lower. Actually, guys, that slipped. Our wave 2 was over here, right? That means that's not going to be 1 and 2, because, I mean, look at this distance between 10, 1, 2 and 10, 0, 2, 2. Most likely it's going to be a case that's W, X, Y, X, and Z, okay? A triple zigzag in wave 2. So excuse this mistake. I haven't noticed where wave 2 ended. So guys, that's going to be for the day. I hope you enjoyed the video. In case you have any comments, make sure you leave your technical analysis there as well, okay? And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching again, and we'll speak tomorrow.